My old friend Jerry Springer, the guy who has one of the most provocative shows on television, going on 23 years now. Jerry is joining us as we get ready to name our most provocative celebrity of the year. Well, I met up with Jerry at the Shops at Columbus Circle right here in New York City, home to SBT World Headquarters, and we kicked off with a chocolate treat. What could possibly go wrong when you do that? This is the lunch of champions right here. This is a first for me, Jerry.
Really?
Interviewing while eating a truffle. I have chocolate all over my teeth now. Perfect.
Yeah, but that's good.
This is
but
good.
that's how people really are.
Well, let's go. This is how we're going to begin our interview. So I'm being told I have chocolate all over my mouth, which is fine. Of course, you give me the big dusty one. So, Jerry, you wouldn't believe it now because we're sitting here eating or standing here eating chocolates. Some people actually consider you to be a provocative celebrity. Yeah. What makes you, and I will ask you to answer this question with a mouthful of Godiva, what makes you provocative?
I don't know.
It's always fun hanging out with you, and particularly when we're in a public place, because people do love coming up to you. They do love talking to you, especially if you're buying them chocolate.
Well, that's how
we'll go by the electronics store next.
Yes.
That'll be big fun.
Yeah. With
some big screen TVs.
Yeah.
But there have been so many things that you have done on your show, provocative stories on the Jerry Springer Show. What has happened to you in terms of getting a visceral reaction from whether it be a fan or just somebody who was maybe set off by something they saw on your show coming up to you saying or doing something?
It sounds unbelievable, but this is God's truth. Never, not once, have I ever had somebody come up to me personally and get upset about a show.
Really?
Ever.
You seem surprised by that.
I'm shocked. Because the show is so outrageous, so stupid, you would think.
So as we're about to name our most provocative celebrity of the year, you might have heard some people actually consider you to be quite the provocative celebrity.
Well, my show's provocative. I mean, the show's stupid.
So you don't see yourself as provocative?
I'm pretty boring. No, I guess I don't. I mean, I'm just a normal old guy that that got lucky in television.
So you don't see yourself that way. That's interesting. And of course, in terms of provocative celebrities who are out there and putting themselves out there, there are essentially two kinds. There are the people to whom it comes quite naturally. That would be somebody like Kanye West, who just is who he is. And then you have somebody like Miley Cyrus, who of course works really hard to be provocative. Which do you think works better?
In the long run, what works better is those that don't work at it. The general advice, just in terms of having a happy life, is never try to mix your personal life with your professional life, because you'll ruin both.
Well, I know we're all very excited to have you on TV in yet another venue. It's actually a perfect match for you, I think, because you're taking on, in your new show, The Tabloid on Investigation Discoveries, these great crime stories that have become these big tabloid sensations. I'm thinking, by the way, when they hired you, it was like a casting dream come true for them, being able to get you to do this.
Once they had the title of the show, maybe, the call came out of nowhere and said, would you like to host this show? So I have expenses. So, of course, I took it.
But, a lot of chocolate to buy, apparently.
Yes, but it's a good, it's actually very interesting. I didn't create the show, so I'm not taking the credit for it. But it's fascinating because these are some of the major crimes over the past 20, 30 years that became headlines in the tabloids. And now these are the backstories, the more information we found out about it.
It's always a pleasure to see
you,
my friend.
You're a great guy. You really
Let's
are.
go get some chocolate. Let's go over to the BMW dealer. Always a great time hanging out with Jerry. And important lessons here for both of us, no chocolate prior to an interview.